This video is going to demonstrate how to export references from a Refworks database into Mendeley. The library is no longer going to be subscribing to the Refworks database, so you're going to want to get your references out of here as soon as you can. If you have a lot of references, like I've got 1,700, it's actually going to take a little bit of work, and we apologize for that, but as you're going to see in this video, there are reasons why Refworks is not being supported by the library, and we're going to hit a couple of those in the process. So here's what we're going to have to do. We're going to go to References, Export, and then you have some choices of export formats. Bibliographic software is the one we're going to use in this video. You also have the option of BibTeX. The other ones are not going to work because Mendeley will not understand how to parse them. So let's see what I mean. We're going to look at some examples. So I have some sample files. So here's what a sample RAS file looks like. You can see that there's the fields mark up various parts of the citation. So T1 is the title of the article, Y1 is the year of publication, volume, issue, starting page, ending page, name of the journal, a URL sometimes. It's going to be very similar in BibTeX. It's marked up differently, but the fields are still labeled. So year of publication, title of the article, name of the journal, volume, issue pages, etc. You get the idea. Now, you don't actually have to be looking at these files to understand how they work. You just need to know that you need to export them in an RAS format, and that's what you need to do. Okay, so if I click that, it's going to be everything on the list. And there's 1,705, which is right at the edge. I actually have successfully exported that many and imported into Mendeley, but much more than that, it's going to time out. So we're recommending that you do about 500 at a time. Now here's where things get a little dicey. So in your account, if you've never changed this, it's probably going to be 25 on a page. Let's just see what that looks like. Okay, so when I do 25 at a page, you see there's 69 screens of 25 references at a time. So if I were to do export 25, it's going to take a while to parse through 69 screens worth of stuff. So as you saw, I had upped it to 500. However, here's where it gets a little bit weird. Even though you can export up to 500, you can only view them if you're in the one-line site view. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, so now there's 18 screens of 500 at a time. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's only 100 at a time. 18 screens of 100. So to see 500, I have to swap it. So now this will show that there's 4 screens of 500 at a time. So it looks like we're good to go, right? I'm looking at 500 at a time. I go here, export. I can export all 500 at a time, and it fails. It just fails. We don't know why. So I could export all on the list and cross my fingers and hope it's going to work. But if you have more than that, you're going to have a problem. So here's the workaround. So get back into standard view again. So you're going to see it's going to change to 18 screens of 100 references at a time. Now, what am I going to do? I can't export. It's going to, I mean, I could do this 18 times, but let's say you've got 22,000 references. You want to do this 44 times, 45 times? You're probably not going to want to do that. So here's a workaround. Mark all on the page, and we're going to create a brand new folder and put some of these references into our new folder. So we're going to call this Export 1, okay? So it moved 100 references into export 1. Great. Now I'm going to go to the second screen. So now we're looking at the next 100 references, so 100 through 200. See? And I'm going to, this time I'm not going to create a new folder. I'm going to put it into the one I just created. So now this is going to contain the first 200 references. And we'll do that again. Put them in here. Now it's going to contain 300 references. Go to screen 4. Now it's going to contain 400. Screen 5. And you can track your progress. You can see where you're at. So that was 500 references. Go to screen 6. So it's screen 6 starts with 501 through 600. Screen 7. And I know this is tedious, but I'm just going to go ahead and do them all because I want to show you the next step. So you could stop at 500 or because they recommend 500. I'm going to be brave. I'm going to give it a shot, and I'm going to do 1,000 at a time. 800. 900, and one more. So I'm going to stop putting them into example 1 because I've maxed out at 1,000. That's just my decision. But I want to keep going because I want to get the next 705. But I don't want to put them in here. I want to create a new folder. And since we called the other one X01, we'll call this X02. So now so it moved 100 into X02. Awesome. X02, so now this contains 200. Almost there. So this is kind of tedious, but at the end of the day, you'll have some manageable folders. So now there's 1,705, which is all of my references, right? So 1,705. Awesome. So now what do? I go to export. Export. Oh, actually, I need to get on the folder I want to export. So now I'm looking at 1,000 references in X01. If it ever goes there. There we go. So there's my 1,000 references. See, there's 10 screens of 100 each. So I'm going to do export. Not that. This time you're going to do all in list. If I do that, it's just going to do the export fail again. So export references. It says, yes, we recommend no more than 500, but I'm going for it. So now it's going to process. This takes a little bit of time because it's quite a few references. It would be faster if we did 500 at a time. Now, what it's supposed to do is open the export and references in a new window. But it usually doesn't do that because the pop-up was blocked. That's fine. Just click here. And now it's going to do it. Okay, so you see, look, these are RIS. That's exactly what I want. I really would have preferred a file, though, so I'm going to have to do something, which is I'm going to have to go and save my references. So in a Windows computer, you do Control-S, and it's going to want to save it as a text file. But Mendeley really doesn't like text files. It does not know how to parse them. So it has to end in a RIS ending. Trouble is, in my computer, even if I tell it to be .ris, it's going to change it to .ris.text. So what you do, a little trick, say all files. Now I can give it whatever name I like. So I'm going to call it Morris. Oops, I can't spell. Morris 01. You remind me that this is the first screen of 1,000. So I'm going to give it a .ris ending. So it matches that ending. Okay, awesome. That's that. So now I close that, and I want to go to the next batch. So in this case, it's only 705. I do export. Again, I don't want to export the page. I want to export all on list. Make sure it's BibTeX. Bibliographic software, RIS in other words. Yes, it's more than 500, we know. And it's going to process this. And you click to export it, and Control S to save it. Change it to all files, and change it to Morris 02. Okay, so now I'm basically done with Refworks. I've exported 1,705 references. So now I want to add it to Mendeley. Now, if I'd saved it as a .bib file, I'd use the bib and I'd grab that instead. But because I'm using .ris, import RIS, and then look for these files that end in RIS. Okay, I'm going to do the first one, open, and it's going to take a little bit of time. Now, I'm doing this in the web version of Mendeley. You could also do this same thing in the desktop version. Seems to work fine in the web version, so that's where I'm doing it. And you got a little progress bar. So this is going to take a while because it's a big file. Got to go through all 1,000 of them and parse them. Okay, and you see, 1,000. So now I'm going to do it again, because I might as well get this all finished up. So import RIS. This time grab the second batch. And again, it's going to do your little parsing thing. This should probably take a little less time. There's still a lot of references, though. And 1,705. And there you go. And that really is it. So now we're actually done. Our Refworks count can be closed. I'd take a look at your references to make sure you're happy with them, of course. But as long as the RIS files were clean, the import should be also clean. So good luck. I hope you have no problems. If you do have problems, then contact me. My name is Tom Keyes.